So, this is another segment of What Would They Listen To, where I basically look at a show and kind of like talk about what kind of music would these characters listen to. Like what kind of music would I kind of think would strike their accord, essentially. Music humor. Music humor is music. That joke sounded way better in my head. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about Gravity Falls. This is one I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, so this one ought to be fun to talk about. So let's get started with, let's get started with Stan. Stan, what would Stan be into? Honestly, he does strike me as someone who listens to a lot of, 70s rock. Like, a lot of 60s and 70s rock. Like, I'm talking Led Zeppelin, Grand Funk Railroad, I don't know if he'd be an Eagles fan. I feel like he'd find them contentious and irritating. But definitely like Alabama, America, Clearwater Cadence Revival, Clearwater Cadence. I always get that name mixed up in my head. That band. Definitely like Grand Funk Railroad, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. I see, a lot of that. Like, that's what I kind of think you would listen to. Just a lot of that kind of music. I think he'd be a Rolling Stones fan. I think he'd be a total Rolling Stones fan. Maybe some Bob Marley in there, for reasons. But yeah, that's what I kind of see Stan listening to. So Ford, I think he would kind of listen to a lot of the stuff Stan listened to, but I think he would be a little more I think he would have like a little more love for like 80s stuff, like they were 70s. Electric Light Orchestra. Oh, he would be a Electric Light Orchestra fan. Like, I could see him like in his lab singing Mr. Blue Sky or Evil Woman. Oh my God, he would be so listening to. Yeah, he would be listening to Electric Light Orchestra. Ford does strike me as Electric Light Orchestra fan. Also a fan of Kansas. I don't know why, but I think Ford would definitely be listening to, Kansas and, I think also, going back to Stan real quick, I also think Stan would be a Frank Zappa fan. Oh, he'd be so. Now that I think about it, yeah, he'd be a Zappa fan. I think, but getting back to Ford, I could see him also listening to the Beatles, Jefferson Starship, and Stan would too. Like, Stan would probably listen to Jefferson Airplane and Jefferson Starship, something like that. Like, that's what I kind of imagine them listening to. Is a lot of, Stan and Ford would listen to a lot of, 70s. Ford would be a little more open and maybe listen to some 80s stuff, but I doubt it. But you never know. Anyway, let's move on to Dipper. Dipper, obviously, I think a lot of pop. Definitely he'd be ABBA. Yeah, obviously with the ABBA reference, he would definitely listen to ABBA. I also think he would also be a Beatles fan. He does strike me as someone who would like the Beatles, the Monkees. Yeah, the Monkees. In present time, I think he would also. Yeah, I think Dipper would listen to Green Day. I think Dipper would really enjoy Green Day. I think also he would have to have a very versatile playlist. I don't think he'd have any screamo or metalcore or something really heavy like something like that. But I do see some kind of rock that 2000s kind of rock. Like, I do kind of see Hobostank and Semisonic. Oh my God, I can see Dipper singing Closing Time to himself. When he's alone, he's just singing Closing Time to himself. What else would he be into? I think he would also, for a lot of pop, he'd be such an NSYNC fan. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, 98 Degrees. He would also probably be a fan of Bruno Mars, as well as, who else? I had another one. Nothing too heavy. It would definitely be, the hardest. Oh, yeah, Matchbox 20. Oh, Dipper would love Matchbox 20, as well as anything from Rob Thomas. Some say Carlos Santana. I almost said like three different things right there. Carlos Santana. Oh, he would totally be listening to. Oh my God, I imagine him like in his dreams. He's singing "Smooth" by Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana to Wendy. That's in his dreams right there. That is fan fiction material right there. Also, I do really see him like when he's in the bathroom, he's doing all the the dances from NSYNC, especially from the "Bye Bye Bye" music video. there's fuel for you, fan fiction writers and fan artists. Get on that shit. Anyway, so that's what I think Dipper would listen to. Mabel would probably have like straight up pop, like Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry. Katy Perry would just rule over her playlist. I also see her listening to like Pink. Oh yeah, definitely Pink. Pink and Katy Perry would be Mabel's two big ones. I also see Mabel listening to like Kesha and a lot of like modern pop, a lot of that. I don't see any rock on her playlist. Nothing of that kind. So yeah, if you could think like any kind of modern pop out there now, it'd probably be on Mabel's playlist. Wendy would be very like I see her as like listening to like Timberland and a lot of like Mumford and Sons, Green Day as well. Maybe something a little heavier. I'm not talking like Slipknot heavy, but definitely like she would definitely like bands like Sum 41 and Blink 182, The Offspring. What's another one like in that genre? Like yeah, The Offspring, a lot of punk, definitely like for classic like Sex Pistols of something of that degree. I would also say that Wendy would also the hardest she'd probably go is Stone Sour. Like probably Stone Sour would be the hardest she went. I could also see her listening to, like Alice Cooper and stuff like that. Seuss, oh man, Seuss, Weird Al all the way. He would also probably be like listening to enjoy whatever Stan likes, because that's how Seuss is because he'll enjoy whatever Stan likes. So probably he would enjoy the same kind of music. I think he would also listen to like I'm just imagining a scene, by the way, of like Seuss cleaning up the Mystery Shack while listening to Fortunate Son, to the point, like, at nauseum where someone comes up and is like, I swear to God, if I hear Fortunate Son one more goddamn time, I'm gonna break your goddamn leg. Oh, man. So there's Seuss. Also, I think he would also enjoy, the Dead Kennedys. Oh, Seuss would definitely be a Dead Kennedys fan as well. For some reason, he also, like, I imagine he would kind of like Muse. Pacifica, that's not too hard. That would just be a lot of pop as well. Probably her and Mabel would share a lot of the same kind of music. So there's not really much to go in there. But yeah, I just wanted to focus on the main cast. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what kind of music could you see the the characters from Gravity Falls listening to? Like, what kind of genres, what kind of favorite bands would they listen to? There's so many other characters that I thought about, but I was like, I'll leave some for you guys. I'll leave some for you guys to talk about. And there are just characters I just don't want to talk about. Robbie's one of them, as you can imagine. So, yeah. So once again, just comment below, let me know what you guys think. What kind of music do you think the Gravity Falls cast would listen to? And hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.